My mama is hosting a Mother's Day lunch and I told her I'd bring a dessert. That's when I came across this easy strawberry shortcake trifle recipe. It's got a buttery lemon cake, bright and fresh strawberries, and a little bit of whipped cream. And I think that's going to be perfect for a Mother's Day lunch. If this is your first time here, hello, this is my sweet mess, and welcome to my kitchen, where every week I make a mess trying new recipes in the pursuit of something sweet. For our strawberry shortcake trifle, we have 3 elements. We have the lemon cake, the strawberries, and the whipped cream cheese. Let's get started on the lemon cake. To get started with the cake, we are going to sift together our dry ingredients. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know that sifting necessarily does anything. I mean, I know technically it does, but I have no clue what it actually does. It does seem to make the dough softer. Maybe that's what it is. And it doesn't take very long. So that's another reason I don't mind doing it. Our dry ingredients are sifted together, so I'm going to set this aside and get out my mixer. Okay. In the bowl of my stand mixer or with an electric hand mixer, we need we need to cream together some butter and sugar. And I'm just gonna mix this for a minute. Okay, easy enough. Oh. Hang on, that's not locked. While the mix is still running, I'm also gonna go ahead and add in the lemon zest and the vanilla and let that go for about 30 seconds. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little concerned about the amount of batter that I have thus far. It doesn't look like very much. I'm sure it'll be plenty, but I am having reservations at this point and I felt the need to share. It smells fantastic because of the lemon zest. I'm not even gonna deny that. But I am nervous because this just does not look like that much dough so far. And I know how much is in the dry ingredient bowl, but we'll press on. It'll be fine, I'm sure, in the end. Initial impressions, not great. And now it's time to add in our eggs. So we've got our dry ingredients that we sifted earlier and the sour cream. And we're just going to slowly add that to our bowl. I am confident in that, even though my inflection implied otherwise. Okay, so we'll add a little bit of the dry, about 1/3 of the dry ingredients. And then we'll do half of the sour cream. And then we'll turn the mixer on. I am, despite my previous reservations, I am very excited about this recipe. I am excited especially to share this with my grandmother. She loves a fresh dessert. And by fresh, I mean she likes the dessert with fruit in it, something that feels light. And so I think this is gonna be, oh, dang it. Right up her alley. Okay. So, okay, I was not supposed to do that. I was not supposed to add the rest of the dry ingredients. I was only supposed to add a little bit of the dry ingredients, but gravity got away from me, and here we are. I'm sure it'll be fine, but don't do what I just did. That was an accident. Here we go again. All right. Got distracted talking about grandma. Oh well, no big deal. I'm sure the cake will still taste fine. All right, I scraped on the sides. I'm gonna let this run for another 10-15 seconds while I gather my thoughts. All right. Our cake batter looks pretty good, actually. It smells wonderful. That lemon zest is just so bright and refreshing. I love it. And we'll just pour our cake mix into the pan. Ooh, that is thick. It still doesn't look like a whole lot, but it does look more like cake mix than what it did about 15 seconds ago, so I feel better about that. I guess the moral of that story is don't judge a project when you're halfway through it, which is probably fair. And let me just sort of coax that into the corners a bit. I did not line this cake pan with parchment paper, and now as I'm thinking about it, I hope that is not a decision I regret. Time will tell, I guess. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty good. Okay, into the oven for 13 to 15 minutes. I'll know that the cake's done when the edges are slightly brown and a toothpick comes out clean. So see you in a little bit. Oh, and one more thing. Once my cake is completely cooked, I'm actually gonna let it just cool in the pan for about 10 minutes and then transfer it to a cooling rack to cool completely. So I'm actually gonna come back once my cake is completely cooled. Lots going on since I saw you last. My cake is completely cooled. It's hanging out behind me. I've got 1 pound of strawberries here. I went ahead and washed them, rinsed them, dried them, cut them into small cubes, and now they're soaking up about 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. And now it's time to make the whipped cream cheese. It's better if you've got softened cream cheese. I'd say mine is softened-ish. And I'm just gonna let that go for about a minute. Just kidding. All right, let's do this thing. Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Now we need to add in our powdered sugar. The instructions say to sift the powdered sugar, but I did not do that. So lumpy powdered sugar it is. And some vanilla. And let's mix that until it's just combined. Oh no, my heavy cream's frozen. Okay. Oh, I cannot believe my heavy cream is frozen. Speaking of frozen, make sure you pop your cake into the freezer for about 10 minutes. That'll help make it easier to cut once it comes time. All right, now to add 1 cup of heavy cream. Make sure it's cold. The instructions say to switch to the whisk attachment, but I'm not gonna do that. I think I'll be fine with the paddle attachment. It served me well thus far. I was wrong. Use your whisk attachment. Okay, let's give it a taste. Whew. Grandma will be pleased with that. Now it's time to assemble. We're going rogue. Who's surprised? Not me. So the way that this is supposed to work is you're supposed to use a nice, tall, same size jar from top to bottom and layer cake, strawberry whipped cream, cake, strawberry whipped cream. I have these little, I think they're supposed to be like champagne or punch plastic cups, and I'm gonna use these because I thought they'd be so nice for a Mother's Day brunch. They're gonna be easy to transport there, and it'll be really easy to grab and go, enjoy it. However, given the size of the cake and the size of the cup, I don't think this is going to work. So what I'm going to do, what I think I'm going to do, is cut the slices in half. The confidence in my voice should tell you how comfortable with this plan I am. Okay, we're just gonna go for it, see what happens. We're forming this plan in real time. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we'll pivot again. Let me walk you through what I think I'm gonna do. I've got this little biscuit cutter, and I think what I'm gonna do is cut this into a circle of cake and then cut the circle of cake in half so I can get a little bit thinner of a layer of cake. Then I do a thin layer of strawberries, and then I do this biscuit cutter as my middle layer of cake, and then again strawberries and a thin layer of whipped cream. So basically I'm making 2 at a time. If this doesn't work, the great thing about this is it's just cake and I can try something else. Okay, let's give it a whirl. All right, let's just commit to the plan. That was fun. Whoop, pop that out. Okay, see, that's kind of a thick round and it wouldn't make sense. I mean, that wouldn't make sense. So I'm gonna cut this in half. Okay, so now I have 2 halves of my little round to put in the bottom of the cups. Oh my gosh, I think I'm a genius. Ooh, I think I can go a size up though, because you want it to be kind of a snug fit. All right, so we'll do the size up for the next one. And then a light scoop of cream cheese whipped cream. A little less of a light scoop. Goodness. I don't think I'm capable of a light scoop, for goodness sake. And then we'll do another big layer, big cut here. Plop that on. That's a much firmer hold. I think that's what we're looking for. And then we do another layer of strawberries. See, I'm so glad that I did cut those in half. There's no way all of that would fit in here if I use that full cake layer. I think I've gone too heavy-handed on the strawberries, but it's my favorite part. I mean, come on, look how cute that is. And I can do a big dollop because of whipped cream on top because, oh my gosh, could this be any cuter? This is gonna be perfect for Momo's Mother's Day lunch. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let me clean up a smidge and then we can taste it. I mean, can you even believe how cute these are? Look at those wonderful layers. I cannot believe how quickly and easily these came together. They look so fun and fresh. I think they're gonna be, oops. I think they're gonna be perfect for Mother's Day brunch. Okay, anyway, enough chatting. Let's give it a taste. Oh my God. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Wow. This is it. This is the Mother's Day dessert of the year. I am calling it. This is absolutely wonderful. You have to make it. Please, please, please give it a try. Oh, I gotta stop. I'm gonna eat this whole thing. And there really is, I mean, not much to say. I am truly speechless at how delicious and simple and just absolutely wonderful this little dessert is. I love that we put them in these little plastic cups. It'll make cleanup a breeze. I think that these are gonna be a huge hit at Momo's Mother's Day lunch. I'm off to finish off this delicious and easy strawberry shortcake trifle with a piping hot cup of tea. Thank you so much for being with me today. And remember, trying new things is messy, but the end result can be pretty sweet. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.